Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 8th episode of Shadow's House. And last episode we had some good teamwork between our close friends, but by the end of the episode we kind of decided to go our separate way. So we'll kind of see where we go from here. So let's jump on in. 3, 2, 1, play. Aniplex. Bum 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 bum. Ow. Some flashback in here. Put some of them in boxes, put some in cages. Yes, only think about what we tell you to think about. Yeah, I know the status quo here. I think of John every time that's brought up. He just has kind of an evil look on his face, doesn't he? Like, it's not like an over-the-top evil look or anything like that, but just not the kind of face you would trust, in my opinion. Wait, is the bench we see in that shot the same one that we sit on for the one puzzle in last episode? I think it might have been. Yeah, we are still very much in doing our debut. And considering they went to all the trouble of reminding us about some of the basic rules, I feel like this might be the last one. We'll have our victors and failures and stuff decided this episode, maybe. Maybe. A couple of those shots don't get any less unsettling to see. In the palm of his hand. A very concerning title. Okay, so... Okay, that's what it was. Okay, that makes sense. This is kind of really messed up. I'm not sure either. Yeah, she's not the most talkative member of the cast. That's not cool. I feel like you're kind of reaching there. I gotta keep face safe. That is kind of how it works. So I just kind of left her behind. Unflappable. This kid. Gotta love how we still have those. It's just really helpful. Yeah, definitely want to make sure it doesn't collapse before we walk on it. It's like a campfire. Somebody's roasting hot dogs. It just made myself hungry, damn it. Maybe it's very specific looking, so... Okay, so yeah, different traits, different soot. That's pretty interesting. It really just come across like, yeah, smoke from a campfire. Yeah, I guess you're not that amazing after all, are you? Not even paying attention to your master's soot. What's wrong with you? As we've established, yeah. Maybe you're overthinking it. This is a good situation to be anxious in. Or understandable situation to be anxious in. Shut up. That's pretty funny. Yeah, but hers is a special case. There she is. Yeah, I was about to say, is she underground? Make a rope ladder. Okay. Well, okay. I guess that just, oh yeah, that went really, that went really smoothly and quickly. And yeah, he's here too. Not that she probably cares, but... Someone that doesn't look like me. Why would we want to be anywhere near you? Missed you, Louise. Yeah, I mean, she is her face. Yeah, all is right with the universe over here, so you can go somewhere else now. We were. Yeah, just a very lovers-like embrace they kind of got going on there. You are thinking bad things, Bricky. I will smack you. Through the monitor, I'll figure it out somehow. Do we have to? I kind of already hate this room. Yep, that is the appropriate response. I would end the exact same thing. Just faster than that. That was great. Kind of reminded me of a scene from Mahotsukai Precure, I think it was. Okay. Well, it was just... Made transformation complete. I think you look great like that. Starting to miss Kate. Kate had a lot of screen time like early episodes, but not too much lately because she's in a cage. She, was absent from the one friendship developing episode. There's war now. Oh god, there's so many of them. Just step on one? Or okay, she's like, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, just close your eyes and hope for the best. Don't think about all the creepy crawlies around you. As we established, she's pretty useful in that regard. Oh no, a dead end. Maybe we could hop it? I don't know, even shears wouldn't help with that. So where exactly do we go? Is there like a secret area? Like a button or something to push? You can't trust a map, what can you trust? Oh god, look at the way they crawl. It's so horrible. Yeah, we gotta get something figured out soon. We're counting on you. You can. She believes in you. Believe in yourself. Right. Is there like something to climb up? Yeah, it's like an up pointing arrow. Oh, that's not good to hear. Right. So we just go up. So just gotta be a ladder or something somewhere. Yeah, there's like a spiral staircase somewhere. Yeah, but there's a lot of scorches between us and that location. So we even just hearing all the squishing sounds would be horrible. But there you go. You actually escaped. Oh yeah. Yeah, shut it now. Shut. God, that was cut way too close for my liking. Uh, I love the friendship building though. It's great. I was, yeah, that's what that was. Shirley was her name. Thank you. I knew it was something like that. Uh, what do you mean? Oh, wait, what do you mean? What? And who are you? Oh, so okay, so that's just a name you gave yourself? You know, you're gonna make me cry if you keep this up much longer. Uh, uh, Man's feeling especially useless. Damn. Well, you have to talk to her to really understand what she's thinking. That's all I can really tell you. Yeah, that's actually what I was kind of thinking too. Not meaning much, so it's kind of a good thing. Okay, that one might be a bit of a stretch. But yeah, you just gotta take the initiative to be the one to talk to her. When you have two people that are kind of similar in that regard, you just kind of have to really push yourself to get something going. Man, what an amazing little scene we had there that I was not expecting. I hope things work out for those two. Everyone deserves to have a friend like Emilico. Okay, that is very concerning. Because if they're on a timer like that, I didn't think it was that dangerous. Uh, this just seemed excessive. Yeah, I'm more convinced that hers is the worst. Did you hear that? Did you sense that? I almost expected the episode to end right there. Yeah, whoever these people are. I don't remember their names. The thing is, this is the debut that the anime starts with, so of course it's gotta be a special one. One of those anime laws. Third floor. Yeah, he's that kind of character. Jijere. Okay, so they have that kind of connection. Gotcha. Meager appetite. I am getting hungrier and hungrier. Sure would it help if I knew what pages he was looking at any given time. Ailey. I'm probably still not gonna remember their names, but at least make the effort. Oh, because that was short for Gerald, okay. I also expected the credits to roll there. So I guess someone just like moves that piano out there. That sounds really difficult. Clever puzzles, not to brag or anything, but my puzzles are pretty good. Yeah, Sean and John are of course doing pretty well aside from his, you know, the clothes got a bit sooty, but yeah, at this point, yeah, Lou has found Louise, so they're doing pretty good too. Doing pretty well. I think that might be the proper one. Doesn't matter that much. Okay. Okay. That was a thing that just happened. Not exactly sure how to take that. Oh, so it's like a different ED? Okay, so that's very upsetting because I absolutely love the regular ED. I might have to rewatch the previous episode's ED afterwards to make up for it. Very odd visuals. Yeah, his face like kind of like half shadowy. And like, yeah, fully shadowy in that, the mini one. Watashi no Kampeki na Sekai. My perfect world. Yeah, Edward definitely has an opinion of himself. That's for sure. Yeah, very intriguing ED visual we have here. Even though I'm not quite sure how to interpret it. Very intriguing. Okay. So, apparently I was wrong. Apparently it's still going. This might just be till the rest of till the season's over, right? So, okay. That was the 8th episode of Shadow's House. And yeah, still a very gripping story we have here. The focus is definitely a lot on Emilico and Rum this episode, for sure. Like, we had some Ricky, Lou stuff, which was cool, especially because we actually got to have Lou save Louise, right? That was a pretty big deal, because I do enjoy seeing them interact with each other, because they're very, like, skin-shippy, hands on each other. I enjoy seeing that kind of thing, because it's relevant to my interests, so I'm definitely happy about that one. Also, seeing her be rude to Ricky, I like that too, because I just like Ricky, so all around pretty good, pretty positive stuff for me on that one. For sure. And on the yeah, Miliko rum stuff, they're doing their best, right? Rum really utilizing that noggin of hers, doing pretty good. While Miliko kind of like grabs her broom and gets all ready for combat, essentially. We have that hilarious scene where they kind of opened up the door and they see all the scorched on the ground and just kind of noped right on out of there, which is funny because I was thinking like that's kind of what I would do too. But in the end, they got together and did their best, like pushing the cart, fighting the scorches and trying to kind of like navigate the maze. Eventually we were able to get things figured out and found the way out after hitting a couple of dead ends, and yeah, good to see them working together. One of the best parts is probably like after they escaped that area and we had the real heart-to-heart, because we already knew that Rum and Shirley is her name, they didn't get along very well. I don't even know if that's the best way to put it. It's more like they didn't get along at all. Like there was nothing really there. Like we had one or two awkward scenes of the two of them in the room together where just like no real dialogue was said. I don't remember if there was any bit where Rum said something and didn't get a response, or if it was just nothing but silence. I can't remember which it was, but I know there wasn't really talking going on between them, right? There was this big feeling of awkwardness, and we didn't really know why. And it's not as if we really know exactly why now, but we do know a lot of it, right? Like, I mean, one thing, she gave us a bit of information about the name Rum and how that wasn't even a name given to her by Shirley, which is the way it's done, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the shadows give the living dolls their names. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And they're usually given similar names like John and Sean, Ricky and Patrick, right? Louise and Lou. Miliko and Kate being the exception, right? But in this case, Shirley didn't even give Rum a name. Like, the only way you could really take that is that she just doesn't care enough to, right? Like, it's hard to take it any other way, especially if you are Rum. And man, that scene was just so heartbreaking. Like, talking about, like, obviously, I mean, we already knew about the whole talking to her finger thing, Rummy, or whatever she calls it. Like, we knew about that. That was already incredibly sad. But for some reason, when she brought up the whole thing about, like, her finger, giving her a name instead of the master who was supposed to, like, that really just stabbed me really hard for some reason. Like, that just, oh, that hurt so much. Yeah, just, I really do hope things can work out. I did kind of say so in the reaction, but yeah, when you have two people that are both kind of introverted, they're not really good at speaking or communicating, when you have two people like that, it's really hard to communicate, understandably, for sure. And as someone who is like that as well, I totally get it. You know, I've had moments where I had to kind of like really push myself to say something because it was clear the other person wasn't, right? So you do kind of have to do that when you're in that, if you want to break kind of the sort of stalemate, if you want to call it that, right? Like, the only thing that we can really do here, if Rum does care about Shirley and wants to have a better relationship, kind of like what Kate and Miliko have, she does kind of have to make the real first move, like make a strong attempt at breaking through the walls that she probably has around her heart. Right, that's gotta be how it is, right? And I do hope we get to see that at some point, if that is the case. But it was a great scene between Miliko and Rum for sure. Just really could feel the friendship aura in that entire scene, right? But yeah, the whole not admitting a whole lot of soot thing, yeah, that could be taken in a positive way, that maybe she's not dissatisfied with Rum. Like, you can totally take that in a positive way if you want to. Like, Miliko is just so Mayamuki, like, she's just so positive, so great, like looking on the bright side, taking things the most positive way. It is kind of always who Miliko has been, so of course she takes it that way. And if Rum can kind of incorporate some of that into herself, it would definitely go a long way to improving things in her situation for sure. But speaking of improving things, or rather the opposite of improving things, Kate's situation is getting really worse. We're having like chains breaking. Like, she's in this bird cage above like a dangerous area, and it's like chains are breaking, so presumably she'll eventually fall. And what, just die? Is that like, is it that bad? Like, that just looks way excessive for a test sort of thing, right? Like, maybe it's not as bad as it looks. Maybe it's not maybe if the cage does break, it's not that bad. Maybe just a little bit banged up, but it looks pretty bad to me. But either way, hopefully Miliko can hurry up and find her. That's what I'm really hoping for. And we did get an explanation on Shirley's, right? It's like she's like sewed, I guess, to the area, and she's surrounded by plants that are like you don't want to touch them. So At least we know about that. We just gotta let Rum find her though. And hopefully we get the next episode. That would make sense to get next episode. We got a little bit of Edward this episode, right? Like they're definitely like alluding to some mysterious Edward stuff, some of his ambitions. Like he wants to go to the 3rd floor. Like that's obviously a big thing of his. He really does seem to have a high opinion of himself. I definitely got that impression. Not that that's a unique characteristic amongst the people of this household, but definitely seemed to be something that he had. Even interacting with kind of his classmates doesn't seem like the right word. Debut mates, right? It's very different. It's very clear how different he is, right? And then we even had, what was very interesting is the last little bit we had, because we have been playing the piano, and we kind of see him being succumbed by the shadowiness, right? And I wasn't quite sure how to take that, because it's almost like he went from looking like a living doll to looking like one of the shadows of the house, right? So what does that mean exactly? Like, I don't quite get that. Like, does it mean he was once a shadow, but he changed to look more human, or vice versa? Or I don't really know how to take that, honestly. And then we had the ED, which is like really interesting because we see because it's like a what would you call, like a timeline image kind of thing. Like it scrolls from one end to the other, and we see him playing a piano with like dark hands, and then we see the pieces that are obviously associated with the debut, and he's kind of like collapsed over the table, right? For some reason, like I'm kind of like just playing it again here on my end to kind of just watch it. And then he's like drinking the tea. And then, yeah, because sometimes he looks shadowy in some images and not in others, which is what really confuses me. But he's like shadowy in like a throne kind of thing back there. And a lot of images of the teacups like spilling and whatnot. You also see his debut mates over there, but they're like tiny, like kind of like walking on his arm, right? On one end of his body, which is like kind of like the light-ish end, and then he has the other end of his body, which is like has the shadowy face. And on that arm, he has his like full shadowy looking form, but like just him, not his debut mates on there, with the soot glass in the background, right? Actually, wait a minute, I'm playing that part again. Yeah. Because at first I thought it was just his face that was shadowy, but no, it's his entire set. The other half of his body is shadowy. And that's when we actually got the name of the theme song, Watashi no Kanpeki na Sekai, like his perfect world. So, because I had to assume that the title is referring to his, Edward's thoughts, right? So, he may have some like really big ambitions if this is anything to go by, right? So I can't really get any real specific meanings out of the ED, but it feels like they're there, if that makes sense. Because even like the final kind of bit, we see him like shadowy on the fingers, and then the shadow kind of fades and he becomes more and more human-like. So, yeah, just not quite sure how to take that. Just a little bit frustrating, because it feels like there's meaning here that I just can't pick up on because I'm not smart enough, but I tried. That's the important thing. That's because it could just be there's some more fundamental information about how the whole shadow living doll thing works that we don't know about, that once we learn about it may kind of recontextualize some of this stuff, maybe make more sense later. That could be a thing too, but we'll see. I just always kind of assumed Edward was just like a living doll or whatever, right? But it could be more than that, judging by this. So we'll see. We'll see if we learn anything new in the future, but this was a pretty compelling episode, pretty good stuff, pretty good new information to learn, some friendship building. And hopefully things can continue to go well in the future for the people I care about. So until then, bye-bye. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.